All right. So we've heard our guards that we put to sleep wake up,
Yes.
and we've heard a muffled conversation coming from one of the doors and snoring coming from one of the other doors. And then we have a third door we haven't heard anything behind. And we're not sure which is which.
We're standing here. We got two guards behind us, and Lord knows how many guards and possibly Mistress Fortuna ahead of us.
Yes. All right. Well, my arcane eye is going to be of limited use here. I can't hear anything through a door,
Oh,
and I can't go through a door.
oh,
So we will have to open the doors ourselves if we want it to go in.
yep.
All right. Well, this might be pushing our luck a little bit, but I would like to stealthily go to each of these doors as much as possible. I think it might be a good now might be a good time to reinstate invisibility.
All right. I will burn another third level spell slot,
Yep. Which means, again, for as long as we want to maintain these invisibility spells, the only magic we're going to have available to is what we have currently cast
which is Arcane Eye and your Mage Armor
and invisibility.
and Invisibility.
Yep. All
Well,
right. I would like us to go to the top door.
all right. We start walking this way.
Yep.
I would like a stealth check, please. You can
Yeah.
have advantage because you are invisible. Actually, no.
This is just
Oh, wait a minute.
this is
This is
just
a
sound,
sound
right?
based. This is sound based.
Yeah. 10.
All right.
What did
You
you roll?
20.
20. Okay. So if
But
it's a group check, it balances around to around 15.
yes.
If it's not,
And we do have a roll to make. All right. So we are making a little bit of noise, a little bit
yes.
of scuffling noise as we head this way.
Hopefully it's not too much.
When we get to this point, I would like a fresh perception check. I'm rolling for myself, so this roll for you.
All right. Perception is 24.
All right. You have a much clearer idea of where the sounds are now coming from. You can no longer hear anything from back here.
Okay.
It's being drowned out now by two sounds. One,
Yeah.
snoring from the opposite side of this door.
All right. So there's
It,
someone fast asleep in there.
it's, well, you rolled really high. There's more than one person in there and they're sleeping.
All right. So that might be the quarters for the guards then.
From this side,
Yeah.
you hear a quiet conversation, a female voice,
Yeah.
and a male voice.
And we think that might be
Um,
Fortuna.
it's quiet, but I'll give you an intelligence check on that if you like to see if you can identify the voice. Voice is
12.
you're not certain, but you get a feeling that that is Fortuna. You have no idea who the other voice is.
Okay. And I don't hear anything coming from the third door at the far end.
No, nothing that it is getting sufficiently loud enough to get over the sounds you're currently hearing.
Okay.
So the conversation currently is coming into this kind of late. She's saying to the effect that, well, I don't think this is really that important. We've got it covered. We have our new amulets. Well, not really new. We're using the amulets. I don't think that this is going to be something terribly concerned. Keep them out for about another half hour, and then go back to regular patrols. One thing I do want them to do though is whenever a sorcerer is out on patrol to bring an amulet just in case. You never know. There are a lot of individuals that use blasphemous magic, and it would be nice to be able to find them, track them down, and eliminate them just to be, extra safe. And the other voice says, "Yes, mistress. I will see to it immediately."
All right.
And you hear footsteps.
I want us to make sure we're nowhere near that door when it opens.
No, we are currently standing in the middle of this room right over here.
Yeah.
This door does open. A gentleman shows up, has Biden wearing the uniform. We're not certain, but we have seen most of the commanders. He is dressed as a commander.
Okay, so he's one of the surviving commanders, we suspect.
Yeah, we haven't seen enough of him close up to really. I'll give you an intelligence check if you want to try and remember him, but
No, that's fine. So just so she's giving out orders basically.
yeah. So this door was open for a few seconds. He opens the door,
Yeah.
and then he's in the process of closing it.
Can my arcane eye sneak in there in the meantime?
What's its move rate?
30 feet around. It cannot dash. It makes no sound, but it has physical as mass, basically.
I will give you your spell check capability. See,
Okay, so I'm adding
well,
my intelligence modifier to this to see if I can get there.
yeah, just to see if you can maneuver it around him as well.
12?
No, I don't think that's gonna be good enough.
Okay.
It's a very brief window, but from what I gather from Arcane Eye is you are always seeing through it.
Yes.
So as the door opens and as it heads towards it and the door is closing, you do see into the room, and it is a study slash office kind of room.
Okay.
There is a woman that you recognize as Fortuna sitting there at a desk,
Yeah.
has a bunch of papers in front of her. She's not wearing her full regalia at the moment. She's just in more casual attire.
Mhm.
And she's going through stuff, trying to. She doesn't look happy about this.
She's doing the admin part of her job.
She doesn't like. You can see it just by the brief glimpses, like, oh God, I got to do this crap.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's doing it. Door closes.
Mhm.
Guy goes over to this door, opens it. You get a brief glimpse of what's in there.
Yeah.
Seems to be some sort of chamber. He turns to the right as this door closes, and you hear his footsteps receding.
All right. So Fortuna's in there.
Mhm.
That looks like that door seems like it leads out to the rest of the temple.
It goes somewhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. These new amulets that they're using seems to be a possible issue for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know what to do.
No, but by the sounds of it, they have some sort of magic detection capabilities.
Yep.
Hmm. All right. Well, as nice as it would be to try and finish her off now, I don't think we're prepared for that.
Well, I've only burned through 4 spells, but the point
Yes, but I
is,
did have to unprepare one of my higher level combat spells for the spells I prepared for this
uh,
infiltration mission.
we technically do have our crystals of recovery.
We do. We could use them, but what concerns me is A, I don't think we're going to be able to take her out in a single round,
Oh, good Lord, no.
which means she's going to be able to raise an alarm of some sort,
Yep.
which means we're going to get surrounded quite quickly.
Yes.
This isn't one of those suicide missions that some people sometimes get sent on in fiction where they're just trying to take out the bad guy.
No, we want to live through this.
Yes.
We don't know how many guards are on the other side of that door.
No, we
Once
do not.
that starts, they will wake up.
Yes. And we also do not know the nature of that artifact that seems to always be in her presence.
True, that's another on our to-do list thing.
Yes. All right. There's a good chance it's in that room with her because it never seems to stray far from her.
Uh, roll an intelligence check to see if you remember whether she had it on her or not.
13.
It was there.
Okay. Yeah. It never seems to stray too far from her, so I assume it's going to be in the same room with her at least.
Yeah. So we're standing here.
All right. I'd like to go and discreetly check what's in the other door because I assume this is some sort of sleeping quarters,
All right,
the one
so
opposite hers.
you want to go to this door.
Yes, the one where the snoring's coming from. I assume this is a sleeping quarters for some of the guards, possibly,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to double check that.
All right, the door is not locked.
Wow, they really do take security relatively lax in this place. Yeah, this looks like a sleeping quarters.
Yep.
All right, so once again, opening the door just a crack to let the arcane eye go in.
All right. These rooms
Mhm.
seem really well finished. They're not. They're fairly well done up. Some of the stonework is still a little rough. These cots and chests are, but they've been thrown together quite quickly.
Okay.
They're not, even the table and the chairs and stuff. These are obviously not going to be long term. These are things that they've put together to get them by.
Yes.
And currently in here, there is, well, they're not all full. There's a couple of these are empty, but the rest of them are full of people sleeping.
Okay, but there are 10 beds in here.
No, there are 10 beds, and then there are a number of others that are not quite put together yet.
Okay. So this is some sort of temporary sleeping quarters. How many, I assume, again, foot soldiers or guards are in here?
Well, there's a couple of empty cots, so you're looking at eight.
8. Okay. I'm just going to uh, assign to you, let's see, it was 8 guards in there.
You're invisible.
I will whisper in your ear, 8 guards are in this room.
Okay,
All right. So we have a basic layout of what this place is now.
roughly, yeah.
All right. As tempting as it is to investigate Fortuna's personal study over whatever that is, I really concerned that she'll have one of those new amulets that she's talking about on her. Really don't want to find out what those things do, but one of them is on her.
Yeah. Or what her personal artifacts do.
Yes.
And also, of course, what spell she can cast.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna have the arcane knight come out of the room,
Hmm.
back into the chamber we're in, close the door.
Yep.
They say, I think we should proceed to the center door that commander left through.
All right. I am not going to click over to the new map because unfortunately they're not in that kind of order.
Okay.
So I'm going to reveal stuff that you can't see yet because we're not going to be going into those rooms.
Okay. So,
We can go through that door. I will
yeah.
describe what you see.
All right, send the eye through. Same procedure as always.
Okay. This door leads into a really long room with a lot of weapons racks, um,
All right.
swords, stuff.
So this is the armory.
Yeah. And there are two stairwells heading up, one to the right, one to the left.
Okay.
That's what you see. There's no one in here.
Right. So I assume those stairs head up to the main. Do I think those would head to the main floor of the temple at this point?
Roll intelligence check.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my bearings. That's very good. 24.
You think, considering how much we've come up, there can't be a whole lot above us, so you assume that yes, the one more floor will bring us up to the main section of the temple.
All right. The further we go in here, the harder it is for us to get out.
Hmm. Roll a perception check, please.
Okay. 12.
You hear from beside you,
Yeah.
standing right here, you hear from this direction the sound of a chair scraping on stone, like wood on stone, like as some of the chairs being slid back.
Uh, okay. All right.
Now,
Quickly.
now you hear footsteps.
All right. Hang on. Quickly, because I can only describe this the speed
Yep,
at which I have to say it. I want us to go in this door, through this door,
yep,
into the next room, find a place to hide. Like, even though we're invisible behind something, we said there's a bunch of weapon racks in that room. That shouldn't be too difficult to find a hiding spot.
okay.
And I want the arcane eye to come back into this room at the same time.
Okay. Roll a stealth check, please.
Do we have advantage?
No, this is sound based.
8.
I rolled a natural one,
Oh, you might want to re-roll that.
and I was thinking that, yeah, I think it's time to use a point of luck because that would be bad.
Yeah. I mean, my 8 is not much better, but it,
No, and what I rolled is better than yours, but not by much. I made it 10.
okay.
So, as
And
we
the
are
arcane
open,
eye obviously has no issue getting into the other room.
no, you open the door,
It goes through.
it goes through, we go through, closing the door at the same time as the other door is opening, and you hear, "What? Who's there?"
I also can see now
You can
through the
see
arcane eye.
her. She's looks quite puzzled.
Mhm.
Floating this thing is there.
Yeah.
Growls sort of. Door is open still. She goes back into her office, comes out holding one of those amulets.
Ah, this could be bad.
And she's now striding towards that door and she's saying, "Eh, you guys, up, guards,
Oh,
let's get to this. Up
we
to
might
it."
we might want to leave. I say.
And your arcane eye is seeing her head
Okay.
directly from here to this door and has her hand on the handle.
All right. I'm going to grab you, put my
Yep,
hand on your shoulder,
yep.
and I am going to cast Dimension Door.
All right. Where are you dimensioning dooring to?
Well, all right. So I can only tell Dimension Door within 500 feet.
Yes.
So that does limit our options.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm fairly confident that the underground area that we just came from,
Yep.
that 500 feet will get us at least somewhere in there.
Yes.
Yes. All right. As close to the shore of the underground river as I possibly think we can get with that spell.
All right. I always like to run these as an intelligence check, please, because you're doing this from memory.
I am, yes. That's where I'm aiming.
We'll see how close you get.
Natural 20.
Perfect.
That could not have been used at a better point in time. The arcane eye is not disrupted by distance or anything, so it can remain here.
Okay. As you cast the spell,
Yep, I
becoming visible, you teleport
yep.
as that door is flung open.
All right. So I create the whirlpool and space beneath our feet, and we drop through it.
All right. Let's see how perceptive Miss Tuna is. Oh, that's pretty good. You know what her wisdom is?
I can bring it up for you in one moment. If I remember correctly, it's not, yeah, it's not one of her better scores. Just her wisdom,
Yeah.
uh, 6, so -2.
Seriously?
Yes.
Does she have perception as a skill?
No, her passive perception is 8.
Never mind.
Okay.
That was going to be interesting, but not with that.
So she rolled badly, did she?
She rolled okay. I
Yeah.
thought she had a positive modifier, but with a negative modifiire, it's no longer okay.
Okay. So we teleport.
We disappear as she comes through the door, looking around.
Does she, is there like not even residual amount of sea spray from the spell left?
No, but your arcane eye is in the room.
Yes.
You see a pulse of light from her amulet thing, holding it
Okay.
up.
So the amulet's glowing.
Just no, just like a, it was like a, there's a, all right. You can't really see because it's on the other side of her because
Yeah.
your arcane eye is back there.
Yes. My
And
arcane eye is basically just going to keep watch on her.
but even though you're casting a spell,
Yeah.
keeping your arcane eye going, and everything else, uh, and concentrating on where you needed to go, because you roll a natural 20, we're going to give you the fact that as she's holding this amulet out, the arcane eye saw a pulse of light
Yeah.
as you cast your spell.
So that was when I cast Dimension Door, though.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then you can't really see anything at the moment. We rematerialize.
I'm visible.
You're visible. I'm
You're
not.
not. Yeah. But I have my hand on your shoulder when we land.
Yep. And we land very well, by the way.
Okay. Do we land? So we land relatively where I want it to be.
No, we land exactly where you want us to land.
Okay. So we're back in the underground chamber by the river. That's good. We're at least out of that for the moment.
So, I take it you're looking at what's going on back where you
Yes. I'm
disappeared.
also especially curious if an active spell like my Arcane Eye is going to trigger that amulet.
So, she is standing just inside this room here. The
Yeah.
door is open. Your arcane eye came into the room to avoid being hit, or run into, I should say, is here. So it's about 20 feet-ish away.
Yeah. It only has a maximum vision of 30 feet, by the way.
Yeah. So you can see her, and she's holding it up, and you can see the amulet now. Very, very minimal amount of light coming from it.
Okay, so it does seem to be reacting to the Arcane Eye, possibly.
She's moving it around.
Yeah.
She disappears. She walks up the hall, comes back down, passes the room. Then as soon as she passes the door, a little bit of glow. Then she turns, and she's now looking towards your arcane eye and starts walking forward. And
Okay.
as she's walking forward, you can see that the glow is getting a little bit brighter.
All right. We're going to be entering a bit of a gray area with this spell.
All right.
It's not intangible, but I don't know if you can like physically interact with it at all or not.
No.
No. It's kind of like unseen servant. It's kind of like a presence almost, I guess. It doesn't like the spell
All right.
says it can't physically pass through anything.
Yeah. I think of the arcane eye as like a D20 roughly, maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it's
It's
basically about the size of like an actual eye.
Yeah, it does have a physical presence. Otherwise, it could pass through everything.
Yes.
You can maneuver it.
Yes,
It,
I can maneuver it. Yes.
it you can move it out of the way of her.
Yeah, I was gonna try and have it circle her.
Yes, and it's in theory,
Yeah.
she ran into the room and you didn't have enough time to move it out of the way. She could probably bump into it,
Yeah. I'm not sure
but
what good that's going to do though.
No, it's just like an unseen servant. Unseen servant is a humanoid size force.
Yes.
It's there.
Yeah. So this is a much smaller magical presence.
Yes. So as you see her moving in, the
Yeah.
glow gets a little bit brighter. She's now about 15 feet away.
Okay. So it seems to be reacting to active spells.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
There's no point in sending it out to try and find invisible people who aren't doing anything active.
Yeah.
So that's like not currently casting a spell. You do remember it flared quite brightly when you cast a spell.
Yeah. So there's some sort of sliding scale to this thing.
Yeah. A few seconds later go by, and then the light goes out, shakes it, says something.
Okay. These things may not be 100% reliable. I'm starting to get flashbacks to that wild magic detector that Lyria tried to invent.
Yep. Shakes it, nothing happens.
Mhm.
She's saying something.
Yeah, the eye doesn't transmit sound, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on
Yeah.
there sound wise.
She gets
But I
upset.
assume she looks frustrated.
She looks upset, throws the thing and smashes it on the ground.
Okay, it breaks.
And then she heads out of the room,
Okay, which way?
heading away from you through the door.
Okay, so she's heading that way.
Yep. Storming.
Okay, I say to you, well, she's not happy.
Yep.
That amulet seems to detect the presence of magic and both active spells and spells that are being cast.
Yep.
We just barely made it out of that one.
Yeah. And if you relay the rest of it to me, not reliable.
No,
Definitely not a permanent magic item anyway.
no. All right. Well, how long do I think I can the arcane I have? How long do I think the spell will last? It lasts for
Uh,
an hour.
well, that took quite a while.
All
Probably about another 20 minutes left.
right. Well, as long as I don't cast any more concentration spells, I can keep the eye up if I want and just
And I'm invisible for another 20 minutes.
yeah, see what happens. Or you cast invisibility after we cast arcane eye.
Yes, margin.
Yeah, so we made it through that door, so like maybe a minute later. All right. Well, I think we have a vague idea of what those amulets do now.
Yep.
Unfortunately, unless we want to go back there and grab the one she just threw down on the ground and smashed, we're probably not going to be able to find out much more about them unless we get one to identify.
Well, there are a couple of options.
There are some patrols about.
She stormed out, so she's obviously doing something.
Yep.
We could teleport back in and possibly have a chance at figuring out what's going on further in there. At this point,
Mhm.
the which I forgot to mention, uh, during this, as she was, you know, searching, uh, that other door opened up, and a bunch of
Oh yeah, the guards.
mostly dressed guards
Yeah.
were coming out, and she was ordering them to search. So that's all going on too still.
Okay. I can dimension door once more. Fifth with a fifth level spell slot.
Oh, is that fair? I'm pretty sure I have a scroll of it, but I don't really want to go down that route.
Mhm.
I usually keep that as a.
Well, I could dimension door us in, and you could dimension door us out. But
I have a single dimension door scroll.
yeah,
It
we could go back in that way if you want.
is burning through resources. Do you think it's going to be worth it? She's gone. The guards, for the most part, are also gone. So it is relatively empty in there.
Relatively, but there's no guarantee they're not just going to come back.
Yes. And you're visible.
Yep, unless you want to cast invisibility again.
I can
Your
do
last third
that.
level spell slot.
No, I have two.
Oh, you cast it twice.
Yep, I have four third level
Oh,
spells.
that's right, the Ring of Wizardry.
Yeah, it does have its uses.
It does.
So yeah, I could do it again.
Mhm.
I am more willing to use that than Dimension Door, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see what spells I have for what I have prepared in the fourth level spell slot. Not Dimension Door.
All right, there is another option.
What's that?
Um, well, if I drop the Arcane Eye, I could try a different divination spell. I could cast Clairvoyance. I know vaguely where her like personal study or room is now.
Yep,
I could cast Clairvoyance in there and
room.
take a look around, maybe, but unless she's left out some sort of incriminating evidence, like open, like on the desk that I can look at with through my scrying sensor. It's not very good. I could also try scrying on someone, but
Yeah.
I don't know. How important do you think it is us going back in there? That's the question we need to think about at the moment.
All right. We have, to some degree, ruined that placid kind of, they think they're on top of the world, bit of,
Yes, a little
break
bit.
a little bit. Something is happening that's frustrating her,
Yes.
but technically nothing's gone wrong yet.
No, on either side, really.
Yeah. So this could pass.
This could pass, and we could let it pass, is the other thing.
Yeah. We could, on the other hand, pursue this
Yeah,
and end up escalating things.
we could.
There are still an awful lot of them.
Yes, we're not going to be able to take them on in a fair fight.
No,
However, we did just take out that entire ship full of troops in a very unfair fight.
that's the way I like to do things.
Yes,
And things out and do it as unfair, as much in our advantage as possible.
I do not think we are prepared to do that now, though.
No, the problem is we're down a sufficient number of spell slots. When we start talking about using scrolls
Yeah.
instead of prepared spells, then we're getting to the point where we have used up resources.
Yes.
My only real concern about this is that magic item she has.
You mean the floating wheel?
Whatever that thing is, it's not something that's just,
Did it follow her out?
yeah,
Okay, so it's with her. It didn't get stuck in the room or anything.
no,
Okay.
it's not a trinket. It's
No,
it's kind of on the same kind of rarity of magic as your stone that you had.
the Ion Stone, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's also possibly on the same level of rarity as the Arcanum.
we don't know.
We don't know. No, we know nothing about it, unfortunately. We don't have any research materials to reference here, and we cannot get within close enough range to identify it by looks of it.
No, if we could incapacitate her and identify it, that's one thing, but we could incapacitate her.
We could, yeah, we could just finish her off.
Exactly. So we need to
There is
some.
one other magic item we could try getting a hold of, though. One of those amulets.
That's easy enough done. We just ambush a troll.
Yeah, patrol, yep. Take the amulet,
Yep.
identify it at our leisure, find out what it does. So then we know exactly what it does.
Yes.
All right. I think that's our best plan. I think for the most part, we have a good idea of a way in now. It may or may not work the next time we try it, unfortunately.
No.
However,
Uh,
if we pursue this much further, we're almost guaranteeing it's not working the next time.
yes.
All right. I think we should
Get out of here.
Head back for the moment. Yes.
All right.
So we're back in the
We're here.
here. We're back here
Yep.
for the moment.
Right where you wanted to land.
Yes. Okay. So that is good. Now we have to get out of here.
Small problem.
Small problem. The current, we'll be swimming against the current now.
A current that requires a strength check just to get out of.
All right. Well, there are a couple of options for that. As I mentioned, I can dimension door us once more at fifth
Mhm.
level, and I can
Okay.
just dimension door us to the river under the water.
No,
No,
too far.
that's more than 500 feet. No.
Town's not that small.
Sorry?
Uh, the town is not that small.
No. All right. Option two, I still have the scroll of control water.
Okay.
I can reverse the current with that spell.
Uh, Another option is I could polymorph into something that can easily handle the current.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take a look at the actual spell for control water here.
Somebody wants a
Okay. Freestanding body water. If it's an area, choose the as a cube on a higher sheet on a side. Cause flowing water in an area to move in the direction you choose. If the water has to flow over obstacles, it will even yeah. The water in an area moves as you direct it. However, once it moves beyond the spell's area, it resumes its flow based. The water continues to move in the direction you choose until the spell ends or you choose a different effect. All right. So, possible slight problem with using control water for this.
what's that?
The area of effect that I can control water in is basically 100-foot cube, I think.
It's pretty big.
Pretty big. But not as but if I can't dimension door us out, then I assume that's less distance than that.
Yes.
So I can basically reverse the flow of the current within a certain rate, a certain range, but once we exceed that range, the water will just continue. Basically, we'll be creating two like almost like contrasting currents with that.
Yes. You're going to have water that's going to try to get in while water's trying to get out. It won't work.
No.
No.
All right.
We have a confined space here.
Yeah, and then we have to deal with water pressure and all sorts of nasty things in a confined space that we don't want to have to deal with.
No.
That's how you kind of that's well, we can't drown, but there could be worse things as well.
Yeah. Could cause a cave in.
All right. What's your plan?
All right. We got a couple of options.
Yeah.
We can just dimension, they can walk to the edge here,
Yeah.
which is not, it's further than this,
Yes.
which will get us, oh, 1 second. Oh, wrong way.
All right.
There we go. All right. When we get to the edge of the cavern,
Yes.
we'll be right about here.
Hmm.
And then, of course, there's the river, which is not straight, but we could teleport just out. And then
Yes.
I can cast invisibility, make us invisible. Or I could turn into something that's large and aquatic that can handle the current with ease and just drag you out.
Which option do you think is better?
The teleportation option does run the risk of being spotted by
Yes, it
all the
does.
patrols that are on alert.
And are looking for invisible creatures at the moment.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And if we
Uh,
just dimension door up, we're going to be all relatively close to the town square,
oh, yeah, pretty close.
which is
Right.
possibly where she is at the moment.
Yes. There are buildings we could try teleporting into,
Yes.
but that runs other risks as well.
Yeah, teleporting into walls or just being spotted by people who are inside those buildings.
Yeah. Turning into a large aquatic creature and making our way out is probably the most stealthy.
Yeah.
I'm willing to do it if you like.
All right, let's try that.
All right.
So what are you polymorphing into?
Earn a fourth level spell slot. Oh, I can't burn a fifth level spell slot. It's gone. If I did, it'd do it both of us. Um, that is a good question. Do a giant octopus, but can't breathe in fresh water.
Some sort of orca?
Do a whale. Uh, sure. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, just a strong swimming animal that is fine in fresh water and that
Well,
can
temporarily anyway.
yeah.
They can hold their breath a long time, so
Yes. I think it's an hour in Dungeons and Dragons.
yeah, we do that.
All right. And I cling to your back and you swim us out.
Yeah, not exactly the giant eagle flying thingy that we do all the time, or
No.
used to, I should say. But anyway, figure it
Yes. Okay. So while I'm clinging to the back of Shamu or whatever.
out. So we end up in the river.
Mhm.
Um, we haven't really elaborated upon a plan beyond that. So once we're out, I stop concentrating on
Yeah.
polymorph.
I have
And
not said I've stopped concentrating on Arcane Eye, so technically I still have a visual in there in that
yep,
room.
people are coming and going.
Yeah.
She has shown up again, gone back
Okay.
into.
So now that we're outside and underwater again, and not having to swim against a really strong current,
Yep,
and you're yourself again.
yep.
All right. What are we going to do now?
Well, we have accomplished two of the things that we wanted to do.
Yes.
There's still a few things as loose ends, but
Yeah.
the,
I don't feel like going after whatever that thing was now. However, if we can somehow get a hold of one of those amulets to identify, that might simplify things, and we might be able to take out a patrol in the process.
all right. If that is the plan,
Mhm.
I would recommend a short rest
Yeah, we can take a short rest
just to get back, a couple spell slots.
and some hit points.
Yeah, for those also lost some, yes.
Yes. All right. So, can we take a short rest in this river?
We can find a quiet spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually our short rests involve, a meal and stuff. We can't do that though.
No, but we can take a break.
Yeah, we could swim to the all this debris over here and go ashore for a few moments.
Yeah, I want to try and spend as little time, as little time on land as possible while we are visible or undisguised at this point,
All right,
because of what's going on here now.
sure. Okay,
So we're gonna take a short rest.
we take a short rest.
All right, so we gain some hit points.
I will regain my fifth level spell slot.
All right, so based on new healing rules, it brings me back up to 83.
All right,
All right, so all right, I can only regain a fourth and a first because one spell level goes to waste. The arcane recovery thanks to my grimoire. All right,
all right. Short rest goes by.
Yes. So that means an hour has passed. Hopefully
Yep.
they've calmed down by now.
We are currently roughly 2-ish in the afternoon.
Okay.
We did do a fair amount of things.
All right. So why don't we?
Oh, a sec. Oh, that's wrong. No, it's much later than that.
Okay.
Um, yeah, actually, we're getting to the point where it's almost getting ready for sunset.
All right.
Oops, 5, 6 in the afternoon.
Okay. Why don't we surface
All right,
far from the shore
all right.
to avoid
We
that, and you can send your familiar out to scout the area to see if you can find any patrols there. We can ambush.
all right. There are indeed patrols about. Currently, though, there is only two that have a sorcerer.
Okay.
Uh, the other two are just regular guards. None of them even have a commander. They're just regular foot soldiers.
Yeah. Well, there's probably not many. There's not many commanders left. They can't afford to send them out all the time.
No, they need downtime too.
All
So
right, so we want one of the patrols with the sorcerer because they seem to be the ones who use the amulets.
yes, I'm going to see. Neither of them are Bree.
All right. Well, where are they?
Okay, we spent a few minutes,
Hmm.
and we have two patrol routes as far as the sorcerers are concerned. Uh, One is just doing a loop in this area.
Mhm.
The other one is doing kind of a weird sort of loop, cutting across here this way. The regular patrols are doing here and here. So
All right.
kind
Yeah.
of divided up a bit. So north and south mostly for the ones that have those amulets.
All right. We need to come up with a plan for luring these patrols into an ambush somehow.
That's easy to do.
Yes. Ideally, we wouldn't lure the other patrols just yet, and we can take care of them and hopefully get this one of these amulets.
Let's see if my brain's working. Not really.
Well, we know they're drawn to magic.
Yep,
There seems to be a relatively small proximity, in which case they trigger.
yep.
So I don't know. I can't really just keep using shape water to little splashing motions offshore and see if one of them shows up. That probably isn't going to work.
I have a, well, I have a simpler idea.
Okay.
Why don't I cast the fourth level invisibility on you, myself, and one of our familiars,
Okay.
and have our familiar do a will-o'-the-wisp kind of concept
All right.
with one of the um, patrols.
Okay. I think a flying familiar sounds better suited to that.
Sure.
Okay. We can do that. We need to lure them, I'd say ideally close to the river, just so we can make a getaway if it's necessary.
Okay. Technically, either one would be fine. Which one, north or south?
Um, that is a good question. North is further away from the main temple. So
Hmm.
if an alarm is raised, it'll take longer for reinforcements to get there.
Okay.
Both options are near a gate, unfortunately.
Yes. This one comes within this of the gate,
Yeah.
and this one here within that of the gate.
Okay, I think north looks better.
All right.
All right. We need something beyond just invisibility, though, because that's going to drop as soon as we start blasting.
What do you want?
We should probably be disguised as well.
Is it time for Zork to make another appearance?
If you want, yes. Or you can go for something more generic.
No. Zork has the right kind of appeal to me.
All right. I, once we get ashore,
Hmm.
before we turn invisible,
Yep.
I'm going to use disguise self and make myself look like my Nazgul style character I was last time.
All right. So we got two arch villains, as far as they're concerned.
Yep. And then you have your familiar show up and you cast invisibility on all three of us.
Yep.
You're burning through fourth level spell slots now, too.
Yeah. I am getting low on spell slots.
Yeah.
This better be quick.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
So,
Let's see if your familiar can pull off the Will of the Wisp routine.
all right. I think the best place to do that would be roughly around here.
Yes. Far enough away from the main gate, from the north gate, sorry.
So as they're coming through here, I am going to have my familiar
Yeah.
get close enough that the amulet is triggered and then start leading him away.
Yeah. And
All
fly
right.
away slowly to lead them in our direction because those amulets don't have a very big radius, and I assume a raven can fly a lot faster.
Oh yeah, way faster
They
than
can.
yeah, than they can walk.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see how well my Raven's going to do this.
Okay.
That's not bad. Now I'm going to roll to see how stupid they are.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord, I rolled a three. They seem to be falling for it. We see a patrol sorcerer
Mhm.
seems to be watching the amulet, moving it around. Oh no, this way, and then oh no, it fades a little bit,
Yeah.
and seems
Yeah.
completely clueless.
Your raven can basically just go from building to building almost and
Yep,
stop and rest and wait.
and wait, they are heading this way.
Yeah.
There are five regular soldiers and one sorcerer.
All right. I'm going to take out from my scroll case a scroll of my scroll of ice storm,
All
which
right.
is the only the source of that spell I have at the moment.
Okay. Well, I do have a couple of third level spell slots left,
Yeah.
so
Ice
um,
storm and fireball.
nice storm and fireball, fire and ice. That's what
Yeah.
we are.
Yeah. We just want them to get close enough to us that we can easily catch them in our spells areas of effect. Oh, and also the fact that you know your familiar is not caught in the spells.
Yeah, I can do some summoner once she's within range.
Yeah.
We're gonna obviously have a signal. I need you to roll an at advantage a stealth check, please. Well, it's natural one, which is kind of nice.
I also avoided a natural one, so 14.
All right, and give the sorcerer because he's active a perception check. And natural one. Ah,
Out of curiosity, which sorcerer is this? Do you recognize this one?
one of the men. I haven't bothered looking up his name.
No,
He's
we
not
don't
who
know the
you.
names necessarily. Is it the same guy that was like on guard duty when we got here?
Oh, why not? Let's just make it the obnoxious one.
And so we're doing them a favor.
Sure. He's not going to be around much longer.
Them
So,
being the slaves and workers.
all right. So, before we get to our surprise round,
Yeah,
I would
which
like
we're
to roll.
definitely getting at this point.
Oh, God, yes. Roll natural one. Me, you,
Initiative?
sorcerer, and soldiers.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Oh, I have a 17.
You're not allowed to be. first. This is not right. I only have a 6. Soldiers. As I've always said,
Yeah.
and we've had as a kind of a maxim for our campaign this
Oh,
time.
yes.
Doesn't matter what we roll, as long as they roll worse. So, you're up first after the surprise round.
All right. What's the initiative order?
I'm up next.
Okay.
Sorcerer with a 2 is after that. And coming in dead last with a natural 1 is the pack of soldiers.
All right.
Not that they're most likely going to be alive after this double whammy, but let's have a look. Surprise round, please.
Yeah.
Oh, you miserable fireballs.
Yeah, this might be the part where we roll badly on, by the way.
Oh, yeah. 4 1s.
All right. So it's 2d8 and 4d6 for ice storm.
This is literally the worst fireball I've ever rolled.
All right. Oh, man, you need to make dexterity save 2 dexterity saving throws for each of them.
Yeah, I'll get to that. Yeah.
All right. No.
Oh, that's just funny.
3. 27 points of damage.
Do you want to guess what damage I rolled for my fireball?
Well, you're not screaming and throwing the dice away, so it's not 8.
No.
Is it below 27?
17.
17. That is quite bad.
Highest number of rolls of 4. Sorcerer failed, but the soldiers succeeded on their saving throw. So
Against which spell?
my spell. So they only take 8.
All right, so sorcerer takes 17. There are 5 soldiers, all of whom take 8.
Saving throw versus your spell.
Yep.
The sorcerer has a positive dexterity bonus.
The soldiers have a +2. I know that.
What was the dex of the sorcerer? I can look it up. Notes are right here.
One second. +2, same.
That would be a 17.
Double check.
Save. Hmm?
I'm going to double check.
I just did.
No, for my spell save. My spell save DC is 18.
Yeah, I know. A level ago, it went perfectly fine for them.
Yep.
Not today. And oh, that's another 19 for the soldiers. Soldiers are doing well.
All right, so the soldiers take half, which rounds down to 13.
And sort of 27 for him.
Yes.
All right, that was pathetic.
Yeah, so by my count, that's 44 points of damage to the sorcerer, right?
Yep.
So he's unconscious or dead.
And the soldiers are at a 21.
Yeah.
You're up.
Yeah, and we haven't even. I mean,
Yeah,
well,
as pathetic as it was.
the good news is for them, I cannot ice storm them again.
Yep.
So we're invisible now.
We are visible.
Yes. as an Nazgul and Zork.
Yep. I'm gonna roll, see what they think of this.
All right, the sorcerer is dead.
Yes.
How far away are they?
Well, I assume we set a perfect ambush range, so 30 feet.
Ah, then I can just step forward a few feet,
And frost breath.
catch them in frost breath. Yes.
All right.
Um, you're up next. I'm only going to do this at third level, and they're pretty.
Yes. Well, you can rely on my fireballs.
They're also not doing too well.
No, they've already taken 21 points of damage.
So, you need to make Constitution saving throws for all of them now.
I shall. This time they fail.
All right. Literally middle of the road for a frost breath. 15 points of cold damage.
That is 36 points of damage. I don't think they have 36
If these are standard foot soldiers, they're frozen solid.
Yep. They are no longer with us.
See? That's how. That is the type of fights we need when dealing with the court.
Yeah, they roll really, really badly. Then we roll really badly, but it doesn't matter because we rolled well.
All right.
Okay, see if anyone noticed this.
Yes.
Really?
The earth erupted in a ball of fire, and shards of ice plummeted down from the sky.
And no one paid any attention to it at all. The highest number rolled was a 4.
Well, let's not rest on that. I'm going to go over to the basically icy debris of all this, because I can walk in that without issue, and I'm going to search the sorcerer for that amulet.
And my emblem.
Okay, fine. But I'm searching for the amulet first.
All right, roll an investigation check.
28.
Not a problem.
One lower but below the highest I can possibly roll on an investigation check.
Okay, you see a silver chain, and on the end of it is a cracked crystal.
Oh, it's been damaged. Is that going to be a problem? Well, I'm taking it anyway.
All right,
And then I'll grab your emblem.
and my emblem. And let's see. There. Oh, he also has a potion on him.
All right, I'll also grab the potion.
So,
Okay, so that was, I looked at the name. That was Ignatius, the guy who was being quite pompous and condescending and arrogant to all the workers.
all right, they're down another sorcerer.
Yep, there's not many left of them. And they also
No.
are down 5 more troops.
Yes.
All right, someone is going to eventually find these bodies.
Yeah, well, not the way I rolled. It's not gonna be anytime soon.
No, but I do not know if we can do the hitman approach here or not. I don't think we have enough time to hide the bodies.
There are sewer grates.
Oh, you want to dump them down? Maybe that thing in the sewers will eat them. Do you want to give
Also,
that a try? Where's the
uh,
nearest sewer grate?
well, actually, we're right on top of one probably because I do remember we had your your little incident with Basilisk was right under here, and we just did this here. And I remember we got into a sewer grate somewhere around here. So
All right.
yes, there is one relatively close by.
All right, let's find that
Yeah.
and let's start dragging these bodies.
I would like you to roll just a straight dexterity check. And this is basically just going to see how long this is going to take
Yeah, and
because we don't have forever.
all right, I have a total of 20. So I'm rolling quite well on that.
And I have a 17. So this is going to go by quite quickly. We only have 6 bodies to dump, and
If
we
we
do two
do,
each,
that's 3 trips basically.
3 trips, and we're doing it efficiently.
Yep.
I'm going to roll 3 perception checks so I can find another d20.
Yeah, that's fair.
And we'll see if anybody's going to pay any attention to any of this. Oh, that's hilarious. That's a 2, a
Two,
3,
3.
and finally a 12.
Well, which still is not very high.
No. So our first 4 bodies go dumped into the sewer, no problem whatsoever. No one even pays attention. We are going to be dragging the last 2 bodies, and I would like a stealth check, please, just to see if we can beat a 12.
And suddenly we are playing Hitman.
Yeah. Oh, wow. What'd you get?
And as so often happens in Hitman, you're trying to drag a body and hide it. Someone walks in and you roll a natural one. So
Hey,
I assume you get yours hidden.
just kind of almost like right on the
Yeah,
cusp. I throw my body in. You do not succeed.
yeah,
We are spotted by a regular patrol just as this is happening.
yeah,
So we are currently, if I remember correctly, the sewer grate is right here.
yeah,
They've come around the corner. They see Zorik
yeah.
and an Nazgul.
Dragging a body.
Well, one's Zorik's dumping a body in the sewer.
Yeah, you finished. I'm in the middle of trying. I'm struggling with this last one.
The Nazgul doesn't seem to be having much luck at the moment, but
Yeah. And they're probably
they
reaching for a horn or something. The sound of an alarm.
an alarm sound goes up.
You gonna do anything to them?
I am going to see what their frame of mind is here. How brave are you? Oh, that's a natural 20.
Very brave.
After they
Or was
blow the
that intelligence you were rolling for?
no, that was whether or not this is morale. All right, these morons really want to do this. So, 5 soldiers bravely, after they yell, Zorik is here, and blow their whistles, lower their tridents, and we are going for initiative.
Again.
Okay.
Well, I have a 4 initiative this time.
Oh, this could be where it all goes south for us. We have them as a 17, me at an 8, you at a 4. So, um, I am going to roll this slightly differently for. Uh, Usually we do odds and evens.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm going to do is you're going to be 1 and 2, and I'm going to be the rest of the numbers on D6.
Okay, because it's skewed.
It's Zorik.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see who's shooting at whom. Huh, that's kind of funny. 2 are shooting at you, 3 are shooting at me. I mean, that's as basically as even as that can get.
Remember shooting me? You said 2?
2 for you, 3 for me.
All right.
The 3 that are shooting at me roll a natural 1, a 4, and a 14.
+5, I believe, is what they're.
No, that's. Oh, they get +5? That's +2.
+2 plus it's their +2 strength, dexterity, +2 proficiency, +1 for the bind.
Oh, +5?
Yeah.
Well, still a natural 1. The
Yeah.
4 goes up to a 9. And the 12 goes up to a 17. And I will use my ring cast shield, and they all miss.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Good.
your armor class with shield at the moment is 19, right?
Yeah. And I will roll for you.
Yes. My armor class is 16 because I have mage armor.
14 was the highest number.
Both miss.
Both missed.
Well, I dropped the body I was dragging.
I don't know what to say. Besides burning my last third level spell slot
I think they used up all of their good rolls when
just
they
to
were
get
taking
to this.
on my water elemental and the lich.
Yep. And fireball.
Fireball. Roll what the time.
29 points of damage.
That's good. I'm going to give one of the guards
Yep.
a 3 for my portents for a saving throw.
Alright.
So roll for the other 4, I guess.
They all fail. They all take 29 points of damage.
They all have 28 hit points.
Hey! Fireball finally does well. Alright, an alarm has been given.
Yeah. Oh, this time they hear it.
I will roll because it's the only fair thing to do.
And because it's funny if they fail.
And if they roll a 1, I'm just gonna laugh so much, I tell you. Alright, did you hear this? Okay, that is a mediocre number, but
It was a fireball and there was an alarm given. I think we have to give this one to them.
yep. It was not a good number, it was an 8, but there are modifiers. It gives us about 10. Or at least 10 anyway.
I say, the river.
And we place the manhole cover back on top and run for the river.
Yeah. Not bothering with the remaining bodies, though, so there was not much point.
We could, but we'd be pushing our luck.
Yeah, let's not do that.
It'd be funny.
You will eventually run out of fireballs.
Yeah, I have to start casting them at level 4.
Yeah.
All right, Fireball finally did not let me down.
Yep. Hey, it did not let you down when you needed it to succeed.
Okay,
I think that's pretty good.
you go and jump in the river.
We jump in the river.
It is now dark.
It is now dark.
That last Fireball lit up this section of the city, so I should probably give them an advantage on that perception check.
I mean, I was just gonna do, or we just let them succeed, regardless of the roll.
I'll give them an advantage, see what happened. They roll worse.
All right, so we are underwater.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we should probably let all that die down for a
Yeah.
moment.
Well, the other thing is well, if we're going to continue doing anything tonight,
Yeah.
you have to roll to see if we're going to get exhausted.
All right. No, I think we should set up the hut
All right, I'll set up the hut.
at a depth that they're not going to be suspicious of.
Yes. We do have our buddy. I'm not sure what he's going to be doing once the night falls.
No, we do not.
All right. So nothing, stuff is going to happen during that. I can tell you that right now.
Unless you want to not set up here and go ashore or somewhere away from Vern's Run and set that. That is an option.
No, no, I think this is fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Stuff's going to happen.
Yes. All right. We have some identifying to do.
All right. The cracked amulet is no longer magical.
So identify fails on that, you mean?
Yep.
All right. I'm just gonna stick my hand out of the hut and let the current take it.
All right.
The potion.
A regular potion you have a healing.
All right. How many of those do you currently have on your person?
closing in double digits, I
I
think.
have 9 currently.
So do I. So you keep it.
Okay. All right, and something we probably should have done before. The Lich's modified necklace of fireballs. I want to identify that
Okay.
because the next time we go into that place, I might have a use for this thing.
All right. It is a necklace of fireballs,
Yeah,
but
so
the difference is there's you can't pull off individual beads.
okay.
They don't work that way anymore. What happens is you utter a command word, which you now know,
Yeah.
and you throw the entire necklace. It requires a dexterity check.
Okay, that's new.
And then once it lands, it explodes. All seven at once.
So 7 fireballs is what I get when I throw this thing.
Yep. But it's not the same as necklace of fireballs, which I've used a lot, which you automatically get where you want it to go.
Okay, so there is a dexterity check, and I can't just place this thing and then speak the command word.
As soon as it touches the ground,
Yeah,
it goes off. So you can't place it.
no. But I
You have
can't place it down, walk away, speak the command word, and then it goes off. I have to throw it.
you have to be in contact with it when the command word is uttered.
All right, that's going to be fun.
It is a bit of a gamble,
Yes.
but you have portents. I have luck. We can get
Yep.
around.
Well, your luck doesn't help me, so unless you want to throw it.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. I
Yeah, we
can.
will.
I'll identify it as well, just so that I know the command word,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
and then we can figure out when we're going to use the sucker.
At an opportune moment.
Hopefully,
Yep. This is not the sort of magic item that you waste on something trivial like one of those patrols.
no.
No. Also, I mean, this is basically the last bit of the legacy our Lich friend has left us. I want to put this to good use in somehow dismantling the court's hold on Vern's Run, which is what his basically his last endeavor was.
I think if we wanted to honor him, and I think we should,
Yep.
it should be used when she is in the blast radius.
Yep. If we can manage that, we will. But if I get an opportunity to take out like 20 of their soldiers, I'll take that as well.
Well, they're running out of those things.
Yeah, we just take out 10 more of them.
Yeah. They're down to a total now of three sorcerers, including Bree.
Yep. Fortuna.
Yeah, I'm not counting her because she's the
Yep.
boss. And I need to do a head count, but
Yeah.
we're running out of soldiers.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's what happens when you sink an entire ship of reinforcements.
They are getting to the point now where they don't have enough manpower
Yep.
to control the city properly.
Yep, that is probably going to be a problem for them.
Especially when we continue our assaults.
Yep. Well, I don't think that's happening today.
No.
So is this where we're calling it for the night?
The problem with where we're resting,
Yeah.
stuff is going to be happening during the night, but we are not going to be aware of it.
Yes.
So that won't be until the morning, and I don't think you want to continue. Uh, this is actually an opportune moment to call time.
Yep.
I'll make you aware of it for your session.
Yep. Well, if there's one thing I've learned, it's about this campaign is do not force something to go beyond what you're prepared for.
Yeah, if we leave the hut, we are going to need to roll for exhaustion.
Yeah. No, we don't want to do that. So we'll be turning for a rest. We'll stop here though. Just like last time, we'll pick up the long rest next time, I think.
Okay, so we are currently at, for reference for next time,
Yeah.
what, 7 at night.
Okay.
And that's basically it.
All right then. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. Please remember to like and subscribe, and please join us here again next time as we Well, resume our little guerrilla war on the forces that are occupying Vern's Run. I do not think we're getting another uh moment of calm in this. I think it's we're nearing the end now.
Well, we're starting to whittle down sufficiently that we're going to be getting into all the important things.
Yeah. Which also, of
And
course, means it's going to get harder and harder if we're going to be sparing Bree.
the thing that we've been avoiding all along,
Yeah.
yeah, uh, yeah,
Yeah. There's
because
no that's just I think all we can say on the subject.
yeah.
Good night, everyone.